guys, welcome to Simproved. Fry speaking here, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. Today we are going to build a department store slash shopping mall. It's in the Willow Creek campus that we are building together, and it's right besides the building with the Starbucks and the bookstore. And I thought this is the place where I want to have all the shopping venues and kind of stuff, like the little I would say city center maybe of the campus, or of the town that is also the campus. So I am building this in a, I would say, like typical European style. I guess this is what usually lots and lots of these, I would say, shopping districts or old towns look like in most of the European cities. For example, in Berlin or Paris. So yeah, it was kind of easy. I kind of copied, of course, the style of the building next to it. And I wanted it to look, yeah, like it is in a European city, because we want to go with the classical style and a little bit of modern influences in our Willow Creek campus here. And this is why I chose, of course, the classical style, because I was kind of inspired by Harrods or Lafayette's, I guess it's called in Paris, these luxurious department stores. And I thought maybe we need something like this, because lots and lots of you guys, you can always write me down in the comments down below what we have to build for our Willow Creek campus. And lots of you guys have told me they want to see a boutique and a bridal boutique and a burger thing and a supermarket and a grocery store and lots of these kind of stuff. And if I really do all these kinds of stuff in different lots, I think we will run out of lots really quickly, and we still have to do lots of lecture halls and all that kind of stuff to make it work as a campus. So I decided, why not do a department store so we can have at least clothing and other objects like in one build. So I've set this to a retail lot, and your Sims can really own this as a retail lot and yeah, own a huge luxurious department store for themselves. So that's pretty cool. I've tested it, it really works fine, but your Sim will have lots and lots of work to do if they really own this one, because it's such a massive, huge build. I think your Sims, yeah, like I said, if you really want to use it as retail store yourselves, this is, I guess, Lex Neville simming right there, because I'm pretty bad at like the gameplay of the game. I usually only build. So I was kind of overwhelmed a little bit when like Sims went or started shopping in there while I was just testing this, and I was like, let's do, yeah, why don't you buy this one? This is nice. And one is like in the third floor looking at something else. Oh my god, like this is lots and lots of stuff to do, but maybe you can pull this off. Maybe you're like a super pro simmer. Go for it, try it out. It's a department store slash shopping mall. Yeah, go for it. So the basic layout of this is that it has 4 stories. It is 4 levels high. And the uppermost floor is basically supposed to be for apartments, which I haven't furnished here for this lot. So you only have 3 levels, like a 3-level high department store. I also want to put a little grocery store slash, of course, supermarket in the basement, which I still haven't done. So these apartments and the supermarket, they will come in another video or in 2 separate videos. And you can still maybe write me down in the comments who lives in the apartments, how should I furnish this? Is it like a roommate apartment with lots of roommate students and all that kind of stuff? I really thought this is like a cool idea. And since this took me about, I guess, 10 hours to build, plus 2 hours of testing, dressing the mannequins, loading time, and doing like little knickknacks in the details, for example, that I, of course, also didn't record here. But yeah, the recording was about, I guess, 6 hours, so I had to heavily cut this video again. You know the drill, guys. These are usually steps that are very repetitive, like, for example, placing columns, placing balconies, placing awnings all around, little lights, you know, all that kind of stuff. I usually just keep that out because it's only like for the in-game gameplay where you can really see this, because it's really nice lit up at night. It looks really nice and gorgeous, and I'm super happy that it's so close to the Starbucks build that we did, because it has this little really narrow road like beside it, and it's also very European in my opinion, because that's how it looks like here in Germany sometimes in some cities. And yeah, I was so pleased that it looked really decent after like, I don't know, like 13 hours or so that I spent on this whole build, like in general. And yeah, I also already posted like some stuff on Twitter, for example, and you guys were really nice and told me that it really looks nice, and I'm really happy, because after so much time building and spending on this lot, then you really want it to be perfect. I'm much more of a clutter and perfectionist type of simmer. When I build, I usually spend lots and lots of hours on one lot, and this is also why there aren't like regularly so many builds maybe on my channel. But this also means that you get really detailed lots with lots and lots of story behind it. And yeah, I also have a story, of course, for this one. So I decided to do a luxurious department store, and I wanted to go with a black and white theme, because I always think this looks super chic and elegant then. And I also wanted to have this sign that looks a little bit like writing, that this is maybe the sign or the franchise of this whole department store or this shopping mall. And I thought this is why I will place this everywhere, because when you go to Harrods or Lafayette's, they have their own little symbol or like own little logo, and it's like everywhere throughout the store. And yeah, I really thought this is a cool idea. Why not do this? So I also wanted to do something that looks, you know, not as distracting. So the colors black and white are not as distracting from the colors that will come through the clothing and all that stuff that I will put in there. So that also the clothing that I will put there looks, or is like the focal point if you come in, because all the colors of all the clothing, of all the stuff that you can buy there will be like the most colorful thing in the room, and therefore catch your eye kinda. So it has, like I said, 3 floors, and the upper 2 floors have this, I always call it a gallery, but something where there's a hole in the floor and you can look down, which is also something that I know from lots of department stores here in Germany. They have some, usually like a huge, of course they're like way bigger, of course, in real life, but we only had this lot here in The Sims 4. So I decided to go with something that has this place where you can look down to the basement floor and everything, and look like up to the other floor to maybe see where you want to go if you want to go shopping for something that is kind of special or like something you really want to have. So for example, I will do lots of clothing on the first floor and the second floor. And then on the third floor, I wanted to go with perfumes, or I would just say like makeup kind of stuff, like for your hygiene, or body lotions and all that kind of stuff. And also kitchen supplies / like pottery these kinds of things. It's hard for me to explain as a German sometimes, I'm sorry. But yeah, these were things that we had lots and lots of clutter for, so I decided to go with that. I first had the idea to maybe put in a toy store or like a toy section, but I then decided that I want to have like a separate toy store maybe somewhere. So I just didn't went with the toy store, especially because it's like a campus and there were like, I don't think that there are so many kids around maybe. So I thought maybe these things our students may use or like really buy for themselves. So there are different kind of displays. I always use them in black because I just thought, like I said, the color of the objects that will be placed there kind of pops even more than before. And I went with usually the towels for the clothing because they also look like folded, I don't know, maybe sweaters or something like this. Sometimes I even use them as towels, so it's like kind of a bed and bath section maybe. And we only have like one stack of clothes, like folded clothes in the clutter section. I guess these are even from the base game. So and with only 3 color options. So it was kind of hard to come up with different things that look like different departments from different brands. This is usually how it is here in Germany, and I guess in every kind of department store all over the world. So you have these kind of areas dedicated to different brands. For example, you have like, I don't even know if I can say these brands like in my video, but I guess I can. So maybe you have like Gucci, and the other one is Tom Hilfiger, and the other one is, I don't know, like different kinds of brands just in general. So there you have all their clothing, and you can shop by brands and not by colors. But I specifically did them by colors a little bit, so it's maybe one collection and distinctive collection of this one brand. It has like, for example, just blues and I don't know, like yellows or something like this. So I decided to put up these signs over each display with different little logos on them and different kind of decoration clutter items, which is something that you see in these department stores as well. So there's always, of course, the symbols or logos of the brand where you're shopping in this little niche and area of the department store. And usually these are also decorated by the brand themselves, kind of. So they have all their own decoration, which goes well with their collection, for example. And yeah, I wanted to do this here too. I sometimes used little toys, I sometimes used flowers, or lots and lots of kind of stuff that was very fiddly to find sometimes. And I sometimes really thought, oh my god, I really don't want to do this anymore. I can't see these stacks of towels and these stacks of clothing. I usually have this right now with all of my builds, for example with the pumpkins in the pumpkin cottage, because there were like way too much pumpkins. And with the ghost ship for Halloween with the cobwebs, like, oh my god. But I really like how it turned out. You can really see that it's different departments and different brands, like it is in a department store. And that we actually really have so much decoration to make it look as a department store. Somebody even wrote me on Twitter when I just posted like a screenshot of it, that they, for the first second, they thought this is like a real department store, and then just realized it's Sims 4. So this was like my first, like, oh my god, I was like, oh, so I really made it happen, so it really looks like a department store. I'm so happy. So yeah, the devil's in the details. So upstairs there is a kids section, of course, so there are of course for mannequins for children. I will of course put some clothes on them, which I won't record because this took lots and lots of time. By the way, if you have a really weak computer, the loading time may vary to a very long time. I for myself have a PC that doesn't have a graphics card right now, and it took me about, I would say 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes max when it was loading. So it may fry your graphics card or PC, but it is fluent if you are into gameplay. So once it's loaded, and once you have kind of waited all the 15 minutes or whatever it will take on your computer, then it will be like a flowing, really nice experience to play with. So this is always something that I really like about The Sims 4. And yeah, so I just wanted to give you a heads up that it may take some time. And I really love the kids section, by the way. I could go so crazy with all the decorations from the toddler stuff pack. I really wanted to put in like lots and lots of funky, colorful rainbow decorations, which they also have in these kids stores. And I really thought, oh my god, I want to do this. I want to have a kids section. So no toys, but maybe, I don't know, maybe there's like a I don't know, like maybe your students have children themselves, or maybe you want to buy something for their little siblings or so. Like I needed to do a kids section because it's so cute. And then on the other side of the second level from the kids section, there is the sportswear section. So I used a little bit more of more toned down colors, lots of blacks and blues and reds, because we have these kinds of colors also in the sportswear in The Sims 4 as well. And I was really happy because we have so many sports objects that I could put in as a decoration. For example, the basketball, which you get if you have the City Living expansion pack, I guess, because then your Sims can play basketball. And also I used a bag which looks like a bowling bag. There is lots of money in it. I guess it's a, I don't know, like a locked item that you can kind of unlock with, I don't know, maybe something that has to do with money. I'm not as good at the Sims 4, you know, careers and playthings, so I sometimes don't even know where all the stuff comes from. And then there's also like a little section in the sports area that's maybe for surfing, because I placed some flamingos there. It also has more of the blue and like pinkish, very colorful theme going on there. So there's surfwear, bowling wear, and lots of basketball clothing kinda. Thought this is like something that your Sims might need, because we have at least bowling and basketball in the game. And also your Sims can do yoga, so some yoga pants, buy themselves some yoga pants or something. I thought that would be a really cool idea. And on the upper floor, like the most upper floor of the whole department store, that's the 3rd floor, there is, like I already said, the pottery houseware section. So your Sims can buy themselves some tea sets or maybe some pots and vases for their house. And yeah, it was kind of funny. I didn't even realize that we have so many clutter items with this kinds of stuff, because yeah, I just thought, wow, we have so many of them. I might have to do a section about this. It looks kind of really overwhelmingly cluttered because we had so many objects, and I wanted to use lots and lots of colorful vases and so on as well. So it might kind of look a little bit like a bazaar or something, but I just thought it looks like cooler in this way, like placing lots and lots of different kind of stuff in different colors all over there. And then on the other side of the 3rd floor, there is the, like I said, like the bath and perfume section kind of. So there are lots and lots of little pots for maybe, I don't know, some creams or body lotions, for perfumes, for everything that you need in a bathroom maybe. Or maybe it's just like incense or something. And I just thought it's like a really cute idea to also have this, because I always wanted to like build something like this, because I already built like some boutiques and everything, and I thought as a department store you really need like some different kinds of things. But the clothing is usually like the biggest, I don't know, like the biggest part of the whole department store, right? So yeah, this is basically the whole thing. It's huge. By the way, I've placed lots and lots of little gifts and presents all around as a decoration, because we are heading over to Christmas already. And this is basically also my first Christmas story. Your Sims need to buy some gifts for their friends and family. And this is why there's also like a little, maybe action, like a little event there in the department store, that you get free packaging, like Christmas present packaging with your purchase or something. So I'll place them all around with like some signs, some like selling signs, I don't know. So yeah, this is basically the whole build. I really hope that you like it. It took me so much time to build, but I really hope that you can see all the details that went into there. If you want to download this, I have of course put up the download link in the video description down below for you guys. And yeah, please write me in the comments what kind of apartments there is on the upper floor, and maybe what kind of supermarket, what kind of theme we are going with. But yeah, just let me know in the comments, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you like the builds, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!